Hi guys, welcome back to our new home tour series. In today's video, I'm going to be taking you guys through the whole renovation process of our entryway and the grand reveal. If you've been following our renovation journey, you would know that we came this close to moving houses. But after a lot of thoughts, conversation, prayers, most especially prayers, we made a decision that changed everything. So instead of moving, we decided to make this home work harder for us. And today, I finally get to reveal one of the biggest transformations in this house, which is our luxury entryway and landing. Are you ready? Are you ready? Hit that like button and subscribe, and let's enjoy this tour. Before we get into the reveal proper, let me show you where we started, okay? Because I feel like the process is as important as the reveal. The brief for our entryway was to feel airy, luxurious, and even more open. For me, I needed that feeling of openness. We wanted guests to walk in and immediately feel the sense of space, okay? Not feel so cramped. I personally don't like entryways that feel cramped, and unfortunately there is limit to what we can get in this country. You guys know what I'm talking about. Most entryways are not as big as we would expect it, so that inspired the brief. So the first major decision actually happened even before the decorating started, even before the proper renovation started, which is the loft. We created a loft space, and we knew that we needed to create more storage, have that space to move things that we ordinarily would not use on a daily basis. So we created a loft space. Once that was completed, it was time to begin the renovation proper. Everything had to come down. The mirrors, the doors, the lights, the wall lights, the stairs itself. Absolutely everything was removed so that the painters could start on a clean slate.
Is it over there?
Yeah.
Completely new one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Stop complaining.
If you observe closely, we also took down a part of the wall molding we had in the entryway. We just left the one that is on the staircase because we wanted that to just add depth and character to the entryway because of the plan. Anyway, I think as we go by, you understand why we left the molding on the stairs. And then I did something everyone will consider extra, which is the big stair light. I've always wanted that big stair light, and if I'm gonna be honest, it's a bit extra for our home. But what's the harm? I wanted it and we installed it. And I'm not gonna lie to you, it just makes a whole lot of difference. The way it lights up the stairs, the grand feeling when you walk into the house, it's just everything. Never considered myself an extra person when it comes to lighting like this, even though I love chandelier, but this was like extra for me. Do I regret it? Absolutely not. Do I love it? Absolutely. The way it makes our landing feel is what I love. And because we have that very high ceiling when you're climbing the stairs, I felt there was no need to just waste that space. It felt a bit empty. So what we did was to close up the little landing light we had and then moved it to create that space for the big lights, and I love it. As long as I'm concerned, one statement piece can absolutely transform a space, and this light did just that. I'd love to hear what you think about this light. Would you consider going this extra? Now it was time to tackle the walls. Oh my god. The walls needed serious dressing. Because most of the painting we've done in this house have been more like a DIY thing done by Didi, who isn't a professional painter. We needed to dress our walls so badly, especially the walls on the landing. We previously had molding, and the previous decorators we brought did not do a perfect job. So we had a lot of dressing to do, and that took longer than we expected. Now I love how smooth everywhere feels. I became a bit tired of wall molding because I flooded our whole house with wall molding. And that's not to say that wall molding is not nice or is no longer good, but I would say just don't flood your space with wall molding, especially with UK houses. I don't think we need too much of wall molding. Some molding here and there would do, but not like everywhere. Bedrooms, entryway, living room. Especially if you're someone like me that gets tired of these things easily. I get bored of these things easily, so I just need simple but classy. We went with this wall paint. I'm going to put the details of the wall paint and the door paint for you guys in the description box. I don't have it offhand because we use different paint for different places. So I'll just make sure I detail it for you guys in the description box if you want to try it. So we decided to change all the doors in the house. I so much dislike the builder grade doors. I don't know how I was able to last with those doors up till when we did, but the biggest problem was the black paint we used on the door. This is why it's not good to go by trend. When you see people do things, don't do it. Just make sure it's what you want. I think at that time, everybody was changing their doors to black doors, and I felt, this could make a statement. And I didn't just go for matte black. I went for this glossy black that is so heavy. Matte black on its own is heavy. Not to talk of when you use the gloss. The gloss gets even heavier. So it was a no-no. We knew we needed to change all the doors. We knew we needed to keep the doors light. Remember, the focus for the whole house is to create an airy light space. So we knew we needed to keep the doors light. But one thing I didn't want white doors. I knew I didn't want black doors. I knew I didn't want white doors. So instead, I prefer to have our walls lighter and then the doors warmer. Tell me what you guys think about it. But the paint color we used for the door is a Faro and Bold color. And the wall paint we use is a Johnstone brand. The blend of them is just so calm and beautiful. You can see the contrast. And at the same time, they are very, very cohesive. Let me know what you guys think about the blend of the doors and the wall. So beautiful. Storage was another problem we needed to solve. We've always known that we would definitely need an understairs storage. We've always wanted to do it.
I never put it down.
Because I get they're on there. Wow, look at the amount of space underneath the stairs. Because we had our joinery team at home, we did the interiors joinery team around because we had to bring the joinery team all the way from London. So because they were coming, we knew that we had to tie in everything at the same time. It did cost us a lot of money, but it was a necessary evil. We didn't want a situation where we have to travel or transport them down again for another aspect of the joinery, if you get what I'm saying. So we had to just sacrifice to get everything done at the same time. Joinery in this country, especially bespoke, can be so expensive. And this is why I tell my clients, they don't come cheap, especially when they are bespoke and they are built in. But if you have to do it, you have to do it. So trust me, we are so satisfied. One thing we don't have in this house is a pantry. I don't know if you guys have noticed. We do not have a pantry, and it's something that I've not always felt so satisfied about, even though I found a way to live without it. We decided to create this understairs storage so that we can use it to fit like everyday jacket. But the rest of the storage will be used as a pantry, and it has been an absolute game changer. We went with this color of cabinet because our walls are a bit light. So the wall it looks a bit white, but it has a tint of grey in it. It has this rich feeling. The walls and the cabinet doors kind of blend in, and it's so flushed that it looks so timeless. So let me know what you guys think about this understairs storage. Would you consider creating an understairs storage? I think it's something I have to be pushing for most of our clients, but it's a messy job. It's an expensive project, but I feel like every family deserves this type of storage because you guys, we can't even use all of the space there. And I remember when we didn't have it, it felt like it was underutilized. But having all this now just makes the space feel properly utilized, and we still have extra space. So whenever we go shopping, stocking up the house, we don't panic. Before now, we used to keep them in the garage. And imagine traveling from the kitchen all the way to the garage to, to restock and all that. But this is just very handy. In as much as I would prefer a proper pantry, but this makes up for it. Remember, the goal is to make our house work double harder for us, right? But perhaps the biggest transformation came with the staircase. Listen, I had dreamt of this staircase. I always love a glass baluster. And I think I was torn between going for the black or the oak. But I think I'm someone that I love oak, I love walnuts, but I don't think I can live with it in my entryway, as in a lot of it. I don't know if you get what I'm saying. But yes, we decided to go for the pre-primed handrail, and then we painted it with Faro and Bow pitch black. This pitch black is not like proper black. That's what I love about it. So it doesn't feel so heavy, because I was very careful about introducing any color that would feel so heavy in our space. I was done with that very black. I'd rather have that element of black in a very small piece and not on the stairs, So we went with this Faro and Bow pitch. We went with this Faro and Bow pitch black, and it's so beautiful. It blends in with the doors. Everything we have here, it just makes a lot of sense. We went as far as using the same Faro and Bow pitch black to paint the stairs. Like, the stairs used to be white. I'm telling you, these decorators, they've been the most patient decorators I've ever had to work with, because we had our runners on top. They had to protect the runners and then paint it on the two sides of the stairs. We just had to get it all pitch black with the stair handle so that the stairs can make a proper statement. And now our stairs looks so beautiful. I think I prefer it to when we had the white on it, and the white was just difficult to maintain. So I will always go for black stairs any day, anytime. The essence of going for glass stairs is because I don't want the spindles that will feel, again, heavy. The spindles are good, but I wanted a free flow from the stairs to the other part of the entryway, thereby making it feel open. Glass, mirror, you know what these things do. So they reflect light and it bounces back. So that's why we went for the glass. And it's been an absolute game changer in this entryway. Let me know what you guys think. Clock it. As the renovation progressed, we realized the ceiling lights we used to have here was becoming such a hindrance. Even when we have guests, they would hit the ceiling light. I think I already knew what I signed up for when I went for the previous ceiling light, because I wanted something that would drop and make a bold statement and all that at the entryway. But UK ceilings are not as high as. We made a decision when we realized that even Mona's head, our first son's head, was always hitting the ceiling light. So we knew that it was time to get rid of that. Not really get rid of it. You will see where we used it in another part of the house. And then we brought this particular light that we've been using in our master's bedroom. It's not completely flushed. It's flushed, but it's got that height to it, which makes sense because I didn't want a completely flushed light in the entryway. And the reason why this works now is because we have the very big one on the landing, the statement light. So this is so perfect. Like, it's just made for the space, and no one is bumping into it, and all that. So when we have guests, we don't want to keep saying, oh, sorry, oh, it's okay, don't worry, it's okay, because we've been doing that so much. So now having this is just perfect. Also, I want to hear what you guys think about this light. Go on, drop it in the comments. Now we are in my favorite part of the renovation. You guys know already, when it comes to styling, I am the happiest. Time to accessorize and style. I'm going to let you guys enjoy a little snippet of how we styled up the place. And then we get into the review proper. Now, one thing I'm going to say is I ordinarily would prefer not to have a console table at my entryway. But is it practical for us? No. Have we tried it? Yes, we have tried to live without a console table in the entryway for almost 2 years now because I wanted that free space. I don't believe in cluttering my space. You guys know that already. So we wanted that free space. We've tried it. It's not functional for us because every time we come home, we have to walk all the way into the office or into the, living room to drop our keys. So keys, and I also want additional lighting in this area. I couldn't afford to have like a wall light here because I felt it's not necessary to start drilling this part of the wall. So I also want additional lighting. You guys know how Didi likes lighting. Sorry. Now, that and the most important is the key box. So we decided to go with a console. Now, the problem here is that our radiator is too high. I've never had to work with a radiator that is almost 100 cm high because now you don't get console tables that high. I tried everything possible within my power to look for a console table that would sit on top, even making some bespoke ones that did not turn out nice. Trust me, I don't want to show you guys. Waste of time, waste of money. You guys know that the last thing I'll do in my house is to put a radiator cover. I'd rather not have my key box here. But anyway, we decided to go for this console table right in front of the radiator. I mean, we went for black because our radiator is the upgraded black radiator. So we went for this black one that sits right in front of the radiator, which is okay and beautiful because at the end of the day, it's functionality and it's also black. It's not clashing with the color of the radiator. Now this sits a little bit below. Because it sits a little bit below, it kind of inspired the style of pieces that we decided to introduce here. All I'm trying to say is that we had to tweak this space to work for us. Because again, I don't want to live in a house where I feel uncomfortable because of aesthetics. This is what we have in this entryway. I hope you guys will enjoy the review because I'm about to reveal the whole entryway. And let me know what you guys think. I'm not gonna lie to you, I love my home, okay? I love my home right now. And I feel like before you drag me out, you're gonna pay double. You're gonna pay double to get me out of my house. I'm just joking, but yeah, I'm about to reveal the entryway and I hope you guys will enjoy the grand review.
If just for a minute I'd fall asleep and not dream about you. I hate to admit it, I'm out of ideas, I don't know what to do. Most of the times I think I'll make it through, but all that it takes is one image of you and it shivers. Nobody knows the way it shivers. Nobody knows. It hurts just a little when I'm with my friends and we drink till we're done. Yeah. So I can't remember how it would feel to wake up in that bed right beside you. All of the memories I tried to erase just comes back when I'm sober. I see that face and it shivers. Nobody knows the way it shivers. Nobody knows because it shivers. It's cold in the dark without you in my arms. Yeah, it shivers, it hurts.
Say something like you love me and make my day, like you always do, like you always do. Hold my hand and look
guys have enjoyed this makeover. Now this is episode 1. We have episode 2, which is Mona's bedroom. We have episode 3, which is Andre's bedroom. We have 4, which is Kyra's bedroom. Oh my god, you guys need to see Kyra's bedroom. I say this because I've always been excited about being a girl mom, but this is what I've dreamt of all my life. Okay, then episode 5, more of a grander review, if there's a word like that, is our master's bedroom. It's the same bedroom, but you're gonna be shocked. Now, when we finish all these, we start to come downstairs. We have not accessorized our living room. We have not accessorized our home office. Those ones are gonna come after the master's bedroom. So I hope you've enjoyed this one, and I'm looking forward to seeing you in the rest of the episodes. Follow me on all our socials, okay? Don't miss out, because we have pictures, we have transformations, before and after, so many contents coming that you guys are gonna love. If you have a project that you want us to work on, please use the email on the screen, and I'm gonna leave all the details for you in the description box as I promised. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in another video. Stay fabulous. Bye.